Hi, all.
Hello,
Dr. J, speaking live from Long Island, New York, with my buddy
with
here,
Professor Spike, who
Dr. Spike.
is not gloating for having VIX because I still haven't broken even on it, despite this big turn down. But at least I cut some of my losses.
We have big issues. It's called CVM.
CVM with much splaining to do.
My belly can't take it. Hey, AGB, AJB. AJB is the first to show.
Oh, AJB soccer. All right, good to see.
Yeah, and he's happy to see us because he's worried about his CVM.
Right. Well, aren't we all?
No, I'm not worried.
I'm not worried. I'm actually bummed that I didn't get another
It's
chance to get
only
back in.
money.
So let's see.
Hello from the Green
It
Mountain
actually,
States.
there may have been some intraday stuff, but it closed at 1083, and now it's up to 1205.
Yeah, I bought some in the low 11s after hours. Vibrant Vixens back in after hours.
You're allowed. Oh well, yeah. Does anybody get allowed to trade after hours? Does anybody have that kind of clout?
Oh man, two halts today, and Gant is off to SunTrust in Texas. I don't know. God knows what he's doing there. And he writes a letter to shareholders. That's a hodgepodge letter, cut and paste job of previous letters, just to respond to the short attack. Everybody's like nerves are really on end today. I left the house about midday and came back about 3:45. Too late to really do anything.
Well, actually, yeah.
David
Actually, there was
is
a bit of
mad.
a pullback.
David is mad.
We're getting a lot of comments
David
below
spoke,
Cabinet Guy.
if I remember correctly, David spoke to Mr. Gert Kirsten in person, right, David? Was it you a while back? Flushed out a lot of stop losses.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading some of these comments. Yeah. Okay. Now you do have free shares. Here's another opportunity.
Yeah. So AJB played it good.
Jiggly's funny.
Jiggly's always funny.
Yeah. Boy, we got a lot of conversation.
Oh man,
about the CVM,
Jiggly,
right?
we needed that to cheer us up, right? We needed. Jiggly from
money.
Buffalo.
Money does matter because the one who dies with the most toys wins.
Jiggly from Buffalo, New York.
New York.
Jiggly's going to buy 2,000 more tomorrow morning, right, Jiggly?
CODX, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I own CODX, I own aemd, I own APT, and I own.
So then why are you crying? I mean, you look like
I'm crying because of CVM, and I own Lake.
Diversify. That's the first thing they teach you. And you're everywhere. I know that.
I'm crying along with Jiggly because tandem is not 100 yet. It went the wrong way. It went the wrong way. It went down instead of up, and it will reverse. It will be 100 by the second half of this year. Not worried about that.
Yeah, no, actually, like I said, I took my winnings on Codex. I took the advice. Who was the one who gave us that advice anyway? I thought it was Lynn, but I could be wrong.
Nicholas wants to know how I handle it. Well, I don't handle it very well. In fact, what happens
when things are going well, Dr. J combs his hair.
What happens is my tremor from the Parkinson goes. I don't want to talk about it. So let's say I get a little nervous when my portfolio is cut. When my price is cut in half, I get a little nervous.
Yeah, but you tripled your money on those pharmaceutical stocks.
You don't forgive me anything.
Who's this?
Forgive me. Forgive me. That's Yiddish. Don't forgive me anything.
Wow. Well,
Uh,
everybody's really talking up a blue storm today.
Today was not a good day for us CVM holders. I mean,
No, well, because it was up to 15, right? What was the high? Did it even tap to 17?
yeah, cautious playing the coronavirus stocks. One breakthrough for people to be caught in trades. Let's have that breakthrough. If you're in the company with the breakthrough, you're in good shape.
Well, but those people who were doing Codex noticed that
Lynn, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
yeah,
you.
it was Lynn, right?
Yes.
I bailed, but is it the question is it still, does it still have legs, or
It's
is
almost
Trump,
like that guy's
Trump's going to be
dumb.
talking about in about a half an hour to quell all of our fears, and then all these stocks are going to go back down again.
I'm being accused of being a pump and dumper.
A pump and dumper. Yeah, because of all the money that we have,
Pump and dump.
we have control over.
I
You know
get
what? You know what I could pump? I could pump up
I get humped.
my bicycle tires. That's
Hold
what I could pump.
everything. I don't pump, I get humped. Like all the rest.
You're talking like me now.
I mean, come on. I'm no pump and dumper.
Like I said, in order to be a pump and dumper, you have to have the ability to move the markets.
Yeah, look.
Like I said, I can't even move my daughter into a new apartment.
So anyway, no pump and dump. I started buying CVM at a 2, and I may have sold some along the way, bought back, but I don't
Yeah,
pump and dump.
you were happy with the 11.
I don't pump and dump. I don't do that.
Besides, even if I dumped everything I owned, you wouldn't even notice.
I'm making money. 12:05 now.
Which one's that? What's 12:05 now?
I bought after hours.
Was that the Codex?
No, that's CVM.
Oh, CVM, yeah. Because Codex went down to $1.50 right at the end.
Yeah.
So it sort of peaked at around 10, and I think it closed around 8.50.
Some of the stocks people put out are trash plays. That's all. Some trash is good. Every dog has its day. Isn't that true?
Well, yes.
What is Geron?
Is a bug.
Do you have a quote on Geron, Spike? Geron?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, take a look at Geron.
All right. Well, it closed it out at 114, down only a little bit, and it's only 113 after.
It's getting to be bargain time on Geron. No doubt about it. It's the trials are.
Well, yeah. There's an overall average. It's been hanging around 135 for the longest time. So in terms of that,
there's a catalyst in late this year for Geron. So it's getting to be Geron time.
It's good. Well, yeah. Well, let's see. The previous bottom is $1.15. So we're right around there. So assuming that's a level of support, this is the place to buy it.
What is with the fish oil stocks? I'm out of ACST. I lost money on ACST.
Right. And the other one,
done with it.
ACST which Amarin was the good one, right?
Presumably. And that's I'm getting killed on Amarin. So
are you really? Let me see.
I don't want to talk fish oil.
Yeah, no, Amarin's taken a little bit of a drop, isn't it?
Hello, Brian. Did you have a better day than we did today? And look who showed up, our resident guru from upstate New York. Well, you lost your shirt on Penn. I lost my shirt on Penn. I went to Pennsylvania.
You went to Pennsylvania. Went to Pennsylvania when you should have been on your E-Trade.
And I lost my shirt on the train.
So I guess we have a couple of things to talk about, don't we? Clarence is claiming that I'm rich now.
Jiggly, you're trying to give me a headache. I sold half my space at 40.
Did you?
And I still don't like it going back to 26. I have to buy it back, It's time to buy more space.
See, today, well, let's actually look at the bright side. Today, there is a lot of buying opportunity. I actually went into my retirement account and moved a bunch of my my bond holdings into stock holdings, only because
First of all, let me
because the
answer.
interest rate. Have you seen the interest rates? These interest rates are disgustingly low. How's anybody supposed to retire with these interest rates?
No, but most people like me, most people that are watching the show tonight, like I'm watching it, you're watching it,
Yeah, I'm watching.
but most people have CVM on the
Anita Shea.
brain because it was such an unusual day. Two halts. Gert is off to Texas to talk to a bank, Sun Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a letter, a crazy letter that he pasted together, cut and paste a letter from 3 other letters, and he sends it out. The same old BS.
Yeah.
So the shareholder letter did absolutely nothing to ease the situation. There was, and the answer is short attack. Yes, a short attack. Now the worry of, like, any time a stock precipitously falls, is that there's some kind of news leak. In other words, somebody knows the data and somebody's selling.
Mm-hmm.
That's always the worry, that paranoid worry that makes people sell when the stock is collapsing. Now, whether or not it's paranoid, sometimes there's truth in that. Hopefully, it's just another short attack. But what worries me in particular is Ergomed. They have the CRO. They bought $12 million worth, and they allegedly have access to the data. So if they started selling today and people got into that, something like that. I mean,
That would do it.
There could be.
Is there any way of knowing that? Because there's nothing on the news about that kind of stuff.
No, I don't even know if that's legal. If it's a CRO to start selling on data that probably not.
Of course not.
It's not legal, right?
No, certainly not. That's insider trading. I mean, the thing is.
Yes, Gerard is absolutely correct, 1,000% correct. It was cut and paste. I have it up here. You want me to show you? I'll share this.
Well, I mean, what is the implication of that then? That it's just the same old news recycling itself?
It was put together in a hurry. It was put together to assuage the concerns of the longs, but it didn't do it because it didn't say anything we didn't already hear. Point number one is just history of why the trials and all of that, just boilerplate stuff. The whole letter was boilerplate stuff. It was actually annoying to read. I read every word of it, but I was thinking of reading it to our audience, but I don't want everyone to follow.
No, just give your analysis. We could all read.
Well, it's not that
you're right. In that kind of situation, Dr. J, I would say that doesn't bode well. I mean, look, when you're talking about some external person looking to trash a stock, that's one thing. But when you have some sort of, it seems like some incompetence from the inside, that's a little bit more worrying to me, anyway. I mean, isn't that what that is? Because the letter to the shareholders.
This letter came from the CEO.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, so it sounds like if the CEO is taking a plagiarized letter without a new take, what does that say?
Well, the CEO didn't write it. It's his IR team that wrote it. Investor relation team, PR team.
Right.
So whether he didn't sit down in Texas and take his laptop out and write that letter. Maybe someone from the office did it and put his name on it. But there's no way that's his letter, and it was plagiarized
from the past.
So it's not really plagiarism. It's his words.
No, but it also shows either some form of, like you said, maybe a panic. What is it? A panic in the fact that his ship is dropping, just like all the other ships are dropping in this low tide.
They felt they needed a PR to ease worries, but that didn't work.
Right. Well, except then, how do you explain it coming back up after hours then?
Because the trading halt was taken off, and the trading code, which implied immediate news, was removed.
Uh-huh.
Immediate news to me meant maybe the data's in or something. I don't know.
Right.
So there's somehow in the after hours, people were able to regain their rationality a little bit.
Okay. So then, bottom line, are you still bullish on this?
Yes. Well, I'm going to move to a less bullish stance. I'm going to move to.
Yo 15 instead of yo.
No, I think the data. My guess about the data, and it's only a guess, is that it will meet the 10%, but not beat it by much.
Uh-huh.
And therefore, it won't go to 200, and we won't have a party in Vegas if that happens. But it's not going to collapse and go to zero. It probably will move up.
Well, I mean, it was pretty comfortable between 12 and a half and 15, at least once it hit that new set of highs. So, I mean, there's no reason to believe it wouldn't go back there, at least,
I think
if there's still some fundamentals
I
underneath.
think it was probably too high at 18. It's probably trading more at the right price at 12 or 14.
Right.
So it got a little ahead of itself.
Understood. That makes more sense than anything else.
Now,
Because, yeah, there's a lot of movement.
Air raid, and that letter was put together to stop it.
Okay.
But it was an attempt to stop it. It didn't really work.
You know, I'd feel a lot better if a lot of other companies did the same thing, just thinking, oh, you know, it's time to put out the
AJB
letters.
says you had to get back. You got back in today, AJB? Or what's the story? It was oversold? You mean once it hit the nines, it was oversold?
Oh, did it have an intraday that low?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because it closed at 1083.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clarence said, horrible, we're going to drink after this. What do you think I've got here? Water?
That's his vodka.
What do you think I've got there? AGRX, that's the
Which one was that?
They went to over $3, right? AGRX, yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Now that one is selling at about 311, I think. It was in the two. It was hovering about two. Yeah, I know that one. I don't remember what the heck they do, but I know. I was in it for a while. I've been in everything. I've been in and out of everything.
Right. If there's a drug involved.
Pixel Fixel. Would you buy more if he goes back to 7? Please don't even. I don't even want to think about.
Is he talking about CVM going back to 7? That's not going to happen.
Don't ask me those kind of questions. I don't want to know from those kind of questions. Please. Oh, hey, Brooklyn. Jiggly's got good taste.
Yeah, I'd say.
Jiggly has good taste, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you ought to come on and make everybody salivate. Come on to the show. All right, nighttime guru. Good. Brooklyn is a happily married woman. So we're all out of luck. Nighttime guru. The IBB is breaking down out of a double top. It's currently sitting on support. Oh, I'm going to have to put that up. IBB, right? Should we take a look at that?
Yeah,
now?
we might as well. We might as well get started on something. I also have a personal request.
We'll look at it later.
Okay.
Vibrant Vixen playing to her audience. See, I used to have a pretty face.
What do you mean used to? You have a face. You have a face for radio.
All right. So what's the story with CVM? Do we buy now? Do we add now? Do we sit?
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. Let's suppose that we think that at least until news is going to come out, that 14 is a reasonable price, 14 to 17, and right now it's at 11 and change. So depends on whether or not you want to take that risk for that kind of leverage.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be other opportunities. This, we can talk about Amazon. That went below 2,000 this time.
Coronavirus patients in the U.S. are being served soup and given Advil. Don't believe the hype.
You know something? You know, didn't that the same thing happen with the bird flu? That it came to America and everybody was like, I sneezed and it was over. I mean, you know,
I don't think it
granted, Italy and Iran and China are very well developed countries.
No, bird flu didn't come to America.
Well, but I mean, whatever. Then it was SARS. When SARS came to America, it was a nothing. It was a nothing burger.
I don't think we had one case. Canada had a few cases.
Oh, that was when bird flu came.
No, that was
So the question is when us hardy Americans start catching the coronavirus, is it going to be anything more than a cold?
Well, the good news is you're not far from wrong, because Dr. Gottlieb, the former FDA head, said that he believes that the virus, in order to really become pandemic and affect 60% of the world population, will have to attenuate, meaning, get weaker.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so more people are walking around giving it up.
That's not far from what Untitled Chapter said. He thinks a lot of people in the U.S. have it, and they don't even know. We're not testing for it, so how the hell do we know?
Well, yeah. The other issue is how fast it's mutating. So they were saying that was one of the issues, that it mutates pretty fast. So that being the case, any idea that a virus is a vaccine is going to come along and save the day is sort of, ill advised. That it's more a matter of whether or not it's something that we can just get over.
Vaccine. How many years is it totally ineffective, right?
Well, because they're always one flew behind.
One flew behind.
One flew behind the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah.
So, it's like, oh yeah, well, let's inoculate ourselves from last year's flu.
Jake got himself too drunk to come on tonight. He was so upset with the action of CVM that he just couldn't come on. He'll be on Friday.
And did you guys talk about LJPC yet? On Friday?
No, we'll wait for Jake on that one.
Okay. I mean, did you talk about it last week at all?
Probably. He wanted me to get Kevin Tang on the show, because what happened is I had spoken to sell side people, and they told me Gert would come on with me. Mm-hmm. So I kind of said, well, maybe next week or so. I had kind of hemmed and hawed, wasn't sure that it was the time to get him on. Uh-huh. And I wanted him to look at the format of the show before he came on. I wanted to make sure he felt comfortable.
Right.
I'm not really sure why I didn't say yes right away, but I didn't. And the same is true for athx, athx. I spoke to them, and they indicated Gil Van Brecklen, the CEO, would come on with us. I said the same thing. Let him look at the show and see if he's comfortable. I'll get back to you.
Right.
We'll talk. So
you do have to give out that proviso.
Yeah. So I guess we should get one or two CEOs on every so often. Mm-hmm. But Jake said I got to try to get Kevin Tang on. He's the Tang what equities? Tang what do you call it? Investment firm.
Right.
Whatever they are, and they basically take over companies, build up the price, sell it then sell it. Mm-hmm. And he practically owns La Jolla. He owns 20% or something like that.
Right.
So I was kidding around with Jake last week. I said, yeah, I'll call and I'll tell him I know you. He'll come right on. Jiggly is suffering with space.
Yeah, well, that was another one of those speculative plays.
Stocks I played almost perfect. I bought it at 15.60, sold half at 39.60 or 40 or 80. I don't remember. And probably going to get back in on that half now. Yeah. So every once in a while I do something right. Should have sold all of it. Would have been smarter yet.
Yeah, but then people think I'm rubbing off on you.
Coexisting health concerns. So Dr. Jake's in danger. I'm old. I have a lot of people's disease.
Insanity, or your level of insanity
and I have 5 grandchildren that sneeze in my face all the time.
It's not a coexisting condition, and
So
and like I said, insanity doesn't count.
I'm not leaving the office. I'm in my
Yeah,
office.
I had to go to school yesterday. That was tough.
I'm just gonna
Got to
get
keep washing my hands like Lady Macbeth.
a lot of chocolate to go with this.
Chocolate vodka.
I got enough medicines to take. I'm in good shape. No problem.
Yeah, why don't we just start a rumor that that Irish whiskey is the cure for the coronavirus?
Isn't that true? I didn't know that. I thought that was true.
Yeah, I already heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was just saying that 2 seconds ago.
You want to tell iPizzle what our schedule is?
Is there a schedule to these live streams? Yeah, sort of. Oh, you know something? Why don't you do your disclaimer right now?
Yeah,
so we don't have to throw this away, and then we could actually be more
we have
honest.
a lot to say, a lot of good ideas, but you have to do your own due diligence. Don't act on our information without careful study of the situation, and consult with your investment advisor, consult with your wife, consult with your dog, your cat,
Right.
your horse.
And just treat us as entertainment.
Yeah.
Now I can answer the question. Yes, we try to go at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays and 7 o'clock on Fridays.
We're not so entertaining unless Jiggly comes on with us. When Jiggly is on,
Yeah,
makes the whole show.
that's true. The mixer.
Jiggly inspires me.
Yeah, I made the bank on TVIX. Like I said, I cut a couple of my losses here and there with that. So, yeah, I'm not crying as much as everyone else, but I'm not rolling in the money because I bought the VIX. I bought the VIX when the stock market was a lot lower. So, like I said, the best I can do is just catch up a little.
Tang owns a lot more than 20%.
He does own a lot more, I'm sure.
40%. I don't know what he owns. 40% maybe. Looks like
Did I come off?
Spike, we lost you.
Oh yeah, we lost me. Okay, let me see what's going on.
You want me to remove you and you come back?
Let's see. Am I back on? Let me see.
Back on in all your glory.
I'm back on now.
In all your glory.
All right, there you go. Yeah, these this technology, I just can't deal with it. Correlation between IBB. Okay.
I'm going to chart all the coronavirus plays together with IBB on one chart. We'll take a look at how they look.
Okay.
Something
Sounds
weird like that. Let's get to the charting.
Yeah, we can look at IBB. I mean, do you want to look at the Dow or the S&P first, just to?
Well, we'll look at the Dow, the S&P, not the S&P, the Dow and the Amazon, and
yeah, we might as well look at some of the old plays.
Let's start with CVM.
Let's start with the CVM. All right. Right now, we still can't see your screen yet.
Well, you will in a minute.
Okay. So, I mean, luckily, I have my own screen, but I can't speak for my fellow cohorts.
You will in a minute.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
So, what do you make of Gert going to Texas to talk to Sunbank? If he needs money, he could have come to me. I don't want to give him a loan.
Well, a couple of days ago, maybe.
I don't loan him $5. I would have loaned him $5.
There you go.
And if he went to Spike, he could have got another $5.
No, I'm an easy touch. What if I consult with my wife? My girlfriend disagrees. One of these days, I'll tell a joke about that one.
Stocks are race rebound, dip into red as coronavirus pandemic fears a flare. Yuck. I didn't even see the closing price of the Dow down 123. When I left earlier, it was up nicely. Start with CVM, right?
C'est la guerre. No, I think it took a little bit of an upturn. My point was it took a little bit of an upturn at the end of the day, and sometimes that could give you a little bit of mo into tomorrow. It didn't end on a downer.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm still slightly
Donald
hopeful.
Trump televised broadcast with the CDC head. He's going to ease all fears.
Yeah, there you go.
He's going to scare the virus into submission.
Well, he's going to talk about how nice. He's going to talk about how the groundhog came and saw his own shadow. So that's going to mean that the virus is going to go away.
It's going away. Ask Trump. He knows.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this if the stock market tanks too close to his reelection,
it would be a disaster for him.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I guess he had two choices. I was actually in my paranoia. I was thinking he was going to make the virus bigger than it is, so he could, instill martial law. And start. But instead he's downplaying it to get the stock market back up, which I'm more than happy with that decision.
You're giving him ideas now. I don't want to. He watches my show. You know that he wants stock information.
Yeah.
Kudlow watches.
I also had this little theory that he would send a little message to his short sellers.
Kudlow is really Jigglypuff in disguise.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jigglypuff is Kudlow. Kudlow is like, oh yeah, buying opportunities.
Yeah.
Well, to me, look, in my usual, it's like this isn't going low enough for me to see this as a buying opportunity, because look, this was the thing. What did it erase? It erased back to what, December or November, in terms of where the lows are right now.
In my estimation, it goes back to test this 1250 area. In after hours, it's 1171, but I think tomorrow we get a retest of this middle of this red candle. And if it turns around and starts going down again, we're all in big trouble.
Big doo-doo, huh?
Yeah.
Deep doo-doo.
So you want to see it cross this 1250 area roughly. Let me just see the open and close.
Well, it's 1190 now and after hours.
Is this right? The low is 635.
Yeah,
now.
That's what Lynn was saying. That it went down that low at one point.
Holy mackerel!
That would have been a nice buying opportunity for Larry Kudlow to talk about. Could have doubled your money in a couple hours.
1358 to close 1083. That's about.
It's a nice payday.
270. So figure about 135. Add that on. Add that on 135 to 1083. 11, 12. Yeah, that's my 12, roughly 1250. A little round that area.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like about the middle of this red candle, and usually before going down again, it'll get to that. It'll retrace after two big red candles like that. It'll retrace at least that much. And if it turns around and starts heading south again, then something's really up. That's very, very bad.
Uh-huh.
But of course, by that time, we'd have some news, I think. Real news, other than just stock price action.
Mm-hmm.
The truth always comes out eventually. Whether it's good or bad, it comes out. Let's take a look. What would be a target for? What a nice target would be? Right about this top here would be a nice target at this point. So what is that? 15-ish, 15.
1483, yeah.
Yeah, the high of this day is 1542. So I look at that 1542, 1550 area as being a target. And really what should happen if it was a short attack is that we settle into this range right in here between 1250 and 1550, something like that. So that's where I
Right.
see CVM trading if we go back into our wait state. You know what I mean?
I do, except that
Yeah.
I came and went after your 11, so I'm not getting back in until I can get a bargain, personally.
Yeah.
And I missed my opportunity today.
I want to look at any one of them. APT, the mask company.
What are you talking about? The or there was Lake.
The APT is my favorite. I
Oh,
have
that's
most
this is
of
the
that.
play. This is the Corona play.
I have a lot of APT. It's more than the others. It's this. I bought this at about 6, and I got in too late, I thought, but I guess I didn't.
This is APT. Let me take a look here too. Wow.
You can't get enough masks. You can't buy masks. And this one,
I
this
know.
company,
My wife was telling me that that they're all sold out everywhere you go.
yeah. And not only that, the ones that in the drugstores are no good anyway.
Right. Well,
You have to buy from a company like APT that sells the official N95 NIOSS, whatever
right.
it is.
Which again, some of our viewers are saying that even that's not small enough for the coronavirus.
No, I think that is, but the problem is you can get it in so many other ways. You just touch a piece of metal that, a doorknob that someone with infected had touched, and then you touch your eye, or it could go. You can get it from the air through your eyes or through your ears. So through it helps. I think that DoD standard mask helps.
Well,
Definitely.
like I said, even if it doesn't, if you own stock in them, you can't be losing money.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely helps.
No, they were saying three. One of our who was it? Was saying that 3M was also Godfather Frazier saying that that 3M is making masks, but 3M has been taking a massive hit from this whole
I know.
lowering tide.
It's gonna be very accretive to their bottom line, top line, bottom line,
What
whatever line.
overall the virus?
Yeah, they're gonna have a good quarter because of this
Well, I mean,
virus.
3M is like down to, what is it? Yeah, they're down to 146 from a high of 180.
3M is a very good play. It's in free fall though, and you just don't know.
Right. Well, I'm gonna put 3M on. I'm gonna put 3M on our list going forward.
Technically, once it crossed this high, you knew it was going to take off. APT.
Right.
This high was what 786.
Right. And then the sky's the limit at that point, unless unless they
7, 8.
start running out of their materials to make masks from.
I mean, on any, it could pull back to the middle of this range, right in here, right back to the 9. On any pullback, it could go to 913.
Dr. J, is this anything more than a gamble play? Is this something that you want to invest in, or is it time? Is it just time you make your win and get out?
This is a make you win and get out, but it's also could be held to 20. It's hard to say because
what's it at 12
they
now?
are going to have a tremendous quarter selling those doggone masks. They can't make them fast enough.
Right.
So
right. Well, because Lake's chart doesn't look anything like that.
It depends on the course that the coronavirus takes. If it comes to these shores, Canada, U.S., this and infects a lot of people, God forbid, and everyone's wearing the doggone masks.
It's all the rage in Asia.
Yeah, this will be $20, $30. I don't know.
Okay. Actually, Lake did have a nice little jump up today.
But I'd rather not make money on this one. I'd rather lose money on this.
I know that's the whole idea.
Yeah, I'm in it, but I don't really want to win it on this one.
Do you want to look up CODX? Is that worth looking at today?
Which?
CODX.
Yeah,
it's another one of our plays.
I'm going to add it right into the APT.
Oh, okay.
CODX, right? I own that one too because of Lynn.
Well, yep. Well, she made us a couple dollars.
Yep. We're supposed to make her money.
Well, it splashes around a little bit.
It's called a quid pro quo, right?
No quo pro. No, I'm
Okay,
not wearing a GoPro.
let me ask you, what would you rather be in on going back here to what is that? Beginning of the year, 122. January 22nd, I would have rather buy Codex than APT.
Yeah,
A
well,
lot more Codex.
a 9, yes.
What
About 9 times your money.
You talk about relative strength. This is unbelievable.
Well, it pretty much tripled.
No,
And,
752% it was up.
Yeah.
7.5 times your money.
From the beginning of the year.
Yeah, from the 22nd.
But again, I mean, yes, you're right. It's not worth selling anything now, despite the fact that Trump is going to be talking talking things down in the next 15 minutes. The question is, is this a question of 15 minutes of fame?
Is he really going to be able to talk the coronavirus into going away?
Well, he's going to at least show that he's doing something by asking for X number of billion from Congress.
Well, he fired half the staff of the CDC. Okay, you just hire him back. Would be pretty good starter. How about Lake? Should I put that in?
You might as well, but I don't even think it's worth it at this point. I mean, Lake didn't do the same kind of sudden jump. You can take a quick look at it, but
I'm going to put in one that's actually went down because I bought it after hours today. aemd. I'm going to put that one in.
Okay.
I like it. Obviously, I like it.
Which one's aemd? What is that?
aemd. I like it for a pop. Pop goes the weasel. All right.
Actually, Lake took 2 pops. That was the thing. Lake went up, and then it went down again, and then it went up again.
So Lake where is Lake? Down here. Yeah, it gained 44%. That's not much. All right, let's put in one more. AEM. Nah, I won't put AEMD. Let's put in INO. Oh, Novax. Novavax. NVAX.
Was that another drug company that was making
vaccine maker?
Trying to vaccine.
There's a competition between mRNA and NVAX and Gilead. You heard of Gilead, I guess.
Yes.
Novax. No, that did relatively well. Not as good as APT. Let's put in mRNA and we'll stop charting. I think at least coronavirus stocks.
Yeah, exactly. We'll move to something else.
Yeah, move to something else. But let's put in Novavax. See how it did, relatively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the best was CODX.
Yeah, well, because they're just testing for it. They're not trying to cure it.
Right. And APT.
And they did get they got an approval, and that approval really moved them.
All right. So this is the orange color. Look for the orange color. There it is. Also, not the biggest move. The biggest was Novavax, followed by APT, then NVAX. One more, mRNA.
Okay.
And this tells me that, you believe it or not, which one would you want to buy? The one that made the weakest move or the one that made the best move?
Let me see. The best.
The best, yes. If I had to put more money in, I would put it into CODX. Because you have to test for it. There's one reason we don't even know if people have it, because we're not testing for the data.
Again, it won't matter if the cure is the same anyway. Like if there is no vaccine, if the cure is hope you don't get it, but if you do, stay out of other people's face and eat soup, then it's not an issue. You don't even need to test it. If it turns out though that that having it versus not having it means something in terms of a treatment, because the thing about these vaccines, what is a vaccine? Does a vaccine work on a virus if you already have the virus?
No.
because it's supposed to inoculate you. Maybe in some cases it'll give you the antibodies that you don't have. I'm sure somebody in our audience knows the answer to this. But if you already caught the cold, does a vaccine even help you?
I don't know why Gert is not getting in on this game. He's good at getting in on these games. The Leap's technology could be used to create a vaccine and a treatment.
Hmm.
So I'm surprised he's not jumping in on this. I guess he's too busy worrying about the multi-kind trial.
Godfather Frazier's been asking about LJPC, but we did talk about it. There's no reason really
Yeah,
to chart it.
what other points does he want to make? Well, I'm going to come out of this for now.
Okay.
Come back.
Yeah, it's fine.
Godfather
I think we've made our
Frazier,
points.
we'll give him his due voice. Where is he?
Oh, they can treat the symptoms. All right. Well, they can treat the symptoms. You're right. But usually the symptoms is drink some chicken soup and stay out of other people's faces.
Good taste in your good taste in his pictures. What do you call them? Icons?
Oh yeah, that's right. But like I said, that little red dot is very, very inappropriately placed, or unfortunately placed. But I think he does it on purpose. Because my eye goes straight to where the red circle is.
Yeah. So what do you want to say about La Jolla Pharmaceutical, LJPC?
Well, like you said, it's just a wait and see. The whole idea was that when you guys bought it before the big pop, that there was going to be some institutional buying. It happened, and then after it happened, the stock went up a little bit, but then it's sort of been decaying since.
This is Lucy Liu, apparently.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Apparently.
Doesn't look like Lucy Liu, but
well,
I don't have a great screen. Let me see. Oh yeah, that is Lucy Liu. That's a Charlie's Angels Lucy Liu.
Yeah, a younger version.
As opposed to, what was that movie? That first movie she was in, True Romance or something like that.
It's also good for ADMA, apparently. But the ADMA is languishing somewhere in the threes, low threes.
Yeah, it took a hit. It took a hit on the lowering tide, 399 to 319 in the last couple days.
I know that's one that I own that I'm not happy that I own.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it sort of seems its chart has a downward trend, despite what happened. Just in general.
NDA plus PRV plus ER plus connection with COVID-19 and septic shock. All right. That's a new drug approval plus a whatever that thing is called for the malaria. PRV stands for, what does it stand for? I got all these acronyms drive me crazy. It stands for a permit to, I don't remember what it says. You can sell it for millions of dollars.
Oh, right. Some sort of licensing agreement.
Yeah, for malaria. They're doing it for malaria, but they could sell it. So this is the La Jolla Pharmaceuticals. Okay.
The question, Jigglypuff asks whether or not we buy on margin.
I don't buy on margin.
Neither do I.
I don't know about you.
Like I said, I like gambling, but I don't like gambling money that I don't have.
Yeah, so, I don't like gambling. I don't have a penchant for gambling like I used to.
So, yeah. To be perfectly honest, I don't even do options.
I have some options due to my young friend Jake influencing.
Yeah, I get that.
What percent am I in cash right now? A very small percentage. Let me think. Probably about 2%, maybe.
I got 2 kids in college, and a house that I owe a lot of money on. So, I got no cash.
We're gonna make a collection for you. In fact,
yeah, right. Well, the problem is that Bernie's not going to be able to help me.
No.
Because I'm taking all this money out of my house, not out of a student loan.
CVM hits on this board right now. You got 10 millionaires. We're each going to give you how much money? 1,000? Would that help?
it would it would go a long way.
Would go a
5% of
long
cash is where you're supposed to be, if not more, especially in these kind of volatile times. I mean, look, the fixed income market isn't giving you anything. You might as well hold on to cash. What are you going to do in the fixed income market?
I do have some T-bills, shamefully, right?
Yeah, well, actually, they're probably having some value now because with yields at like 1.1,
Yeah,
you got to be making more than that on your T-bills.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
now does this mean inflation? Now the lowest number, the most optimistic number I've heard about inflation was 1.6. So that means that even if you buy 10-year bonds, you're barely.
I think we have to go back to Andrew Yang's plan of giving out money to help with the inflation a little bit. Inflate the currency a little bit.
Well,
The money you would take the 1,000 a month.
I would take the 1,000. Well, yeah. What am I going to do with it? I'd just turn it right into the stock market.
Do we
buy
make
CVM.
millions off this broadcast? I'll tell you what, I cashed a check this month. You know what I made?
About 89 cents.
$3.35
Nice.
on these stupid ads.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're making money, Jiggly.
Well, look, we got a higher price earnings ratio than a lot of the companies we've been talking about.
Jiggly, we're making so much money, I'm ashamed to say it.
Your gold strengthens your immune system. Well, I think I trimmed a little of my gold too because it was going up so high.
Yeah, you don't want to buy on margin, and probably, if in a real bull market, options are not a bad play if you're a sharp trader. But I don't have a penchant for it anymore. I'm not looking to get rich.
Well, get rich quick.
Get rich quick.
Get rich slow.
Or slow.
Well, I don't mind getting rich slow.
I don't know the schedule for the Trump speech.
It's starting in 7 minutes.
Oh, in 7 minutes?
Yeah, it's going to be on all the networks.
So that's perfect. We'll go off. Trump goes on.
Exactly. So Trump's speech will be the dessert after the dinner of being with us.
I don't even care what Godfather Frazier says anymore. I just like to put up whatever it is.
Right.
Where's my vodka?
Because we really like to look at Lucy Liu. All right. Well, then I guess we should give people a little bit of time. Is there any parting wisdom that you want to give to people besides don't listen to us because this is a show for entertainment?
Triple down on CVM.
All right. Now, do you think it's gonna give me another opportunity to get in below 11?
Wait a second. Wink.
Oh yeah.
Wink.
Triple down on CVM.
Wink.
Actually, there's nothing I could recommend at this point. At this point.
Frazier probably will be on YouTube Live, the Trump speech.
Yeah.
Everybody follows us. As soon as we get off, he's going right
That's
on.
right. They're waiting for us, actually.
They're waiting for us.
Yeah. Once we come off, he'll come on. Don't submit. He's not going to be fear-mongering today. Like I said, he wants this market to come back.
Oh, he already spoke.
Oh, really?
We missed his words.
I thought Trump changed to 6:30.
No, not that he already spoke.
No. But he's waiting for some of the more after-hours numbers.
6.
Marijuana kills coronas. That's very funny, Dustin.
6:30 instead of 6, right?
That's what Kimberly says.
Dustin.
Actually, didn't the marijuana stocks do okay today?
Yes, buy the pot stocks. Buy Curleaf, CURLF.
Oh, Cureleaf, that's the one.
But
Kronos didn't lose money, so that's something. What's Cureleaf? CURLF, right?
CURLF. That's got the answer to everything. It'll cure anything.
CURLF.
It cures everything. I can't spell.
Yeah, CURLF.
You
Wow,
are
that one took a real turn down. You seen this is a buying opportunity on Cureleaf?
Curaleaf. I did it again, and I got it right.
Yeah, you have it right. It's down to $5. Is this the one that has Philip Morris involved in it?
No, that would be Kronos.
That's Kronos. So what's Cureleaf's claim to fame?
They're the largest dispensary in the country.
Gotcha. Well,
And
they're heading down towards their 6-month low.
they'll sell you some really good stuff if you give a pot doc $200 to get you certified. So you got to go to a pot doc.
Right.
Say, my back hurts.
Yeah, my back. I got sciatica. It's something awful.
My back. So you.
All right. So we're actually saying get into marijuana these days. I can tell that vodka's hitting you now. All right. We might as well leave anyway.
You're cracking me up. You know that, Spike? You're cracking me up.
Well, the question was, do we buy marijuana or buy marijuana stocks? I think that double entendre was perfectly appropriate.
You definitely have to buy the commodity.
The commodity. Right. Next, we're going to find out that you've been arrested for dealing. Well, I wanted to cut out the middleman. These stocks are too erratic. I just wanted to buy the product.
You have Lynn to thank.
Yes,
Lynn Johnson.
that's my understanding.
Or Sherry. She's not really Sherry. She's Lynn.
2.5. That's not bad. You got it nicely.
Very nice. Blake is.
Like I said, there was a little bit of an opportunity in there. What did it end up closing that one?
17.49 after hours, according to Jiggly.
Wow, I sold it at 10. I thought I was walking away like a.
I have my rake. I ain't selling it.
Oh, now Codex closed. Codex closed at 8.90, and now it's trading up to 9.60 in after hours.
And it's still a buy.
And very well. Well, the last I heard, after the Corona business, somebody said they changed their target from $4 to $8 or something, from $2 to $4. But now it's like, well,
I have a long list of stocks I want to add to. I want to add to all my pop losers.
Right. Oh, we never talked about Amazon. We should close.
Amazon. We got to do Amazon.
Amazon right now actually went up today. Late is at 7:49. Yeah.
If you come late, you get 2 demerits, right?
Yeah, right.
And you got to be kidding me! You don't know what happened to CVM today, Joe.
Well, you have to be an after-hours trader.
You'll have to watch the show all over again. That's your punishment.
Yeah, we're almost hitting the hour mark anyway. Oh,
Lynn gets credit, man.
Yeah,
Lynn gets credit. Yes, Codex. We're right.
Did it top out at 10.89?
I guess so.
I was happy to grab it. At, I dumped a bunch. At
what my prediction is for tomorrow? Codex will be ahead of CVM tomorrow.
That's funny.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk it?
Certainly not I.
You know what? I'm not going to chart Amazon because I don't want.
No, it's not worth charting. I just wanted to know. What your thoughts were. It's under 2,000 anyway.
I'll tell you what I think about Amazon.
Oh, you're gonna write it down on your.
In doubt.
I got it at CVM $11 is fine, Destin. You're gonna be fine.
What I think. When in doubt, buy Amazon.
I sold my leg.
That I sold some.
When in doubt, buy Amazon. Well,
sell a little, buy a little.
Lose your money and cry a little.
Lose your money and cry a little. That's the story of. That's the glory of stocks.
Stocks.
Stocks. Stocks. I had enough.
All right. So good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you
I
are.
promised I would look that up. I still haven't done that yet. So
That's
I'll do that for next week.
Yeah, that's from that song.
I'll look it up.
What was the song that Jimmy Durante always sang?
He used to sing Inka Dinka Doo.
Yes.
That was his biggest
That's
song.
not the one with Mrs. Calabash.
I know. Listen.
Something about see you in my dreams. I'll see you.
Oh, that one. I love that song.
You want to sing it for us?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Anybody want
I want to go have my dinner.
Want to go have your dinner?
And I want to get this way. I won't get indigestion.
I would play some rap crap as background music, but then I won't get my $3.35.
Yeah, right. Next week's check's gonna go down to 75 cents.
No, they won't monetize it if I play background music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they told me they're going to keep my $3.35. No, I sold a caution pixel. You got to be. When I tweeted it out, I said I sold some.
What, at 2,000 you sold?
I sold some right around 2,000.
All right. Well, you can get back in again.
I intend to.
Make all of 2%, have a 2% gain on the whole deal.
Because when in doubt,
and buy Amazon.
I'm almost in doubt at this point.
Yeah.
I'm getting to be doubtful. So,
wow. Let's ask the final question. Are you still for Dow 28?
Dow 30,000 by the end of March.
Yeah, I'd say this is a blip. I'd say this is just a buying opportunity. I'd say it's still an overall upward trend.
Yeah.
I mean, look. We saw one in February 2 years ago and January last year. So we knew we were due for one. So
yeah,
this is it.
Just a correction, and the coronavirus is just a cold, and you buy the Kleenex, and you buy the mask, and you buy the Vicks Vapor Rub, and you lock yourself in your office and drink vodka. That's the whole thing.
That's what I got to do.
I got the recipe.
Actually, either that or that George Clooney tequila that everybody's talking about.
Vibrant Vixen is going to meet me in Atlantic City, and we're going to play the slots and hit the jackpot, right?
With your CVM winnings soon.
No, that's in case CVM goes belly up.
Oh, if it goes, right, then you're going to go there to drown your misery.
CVM goes to 200. We're going to Vegas. Atlantic City is.
All right. I'll take the ride with you guys. I never seen go to Vegas.
Atlantic City is the loser's stop off. If you're a loser, you go.
You're right, because you can't afford the plane fare.
Can't afford the plane fare. You hop on a bus, Gus.
That's right. All right, Dr. J. Good night.
Where's my drink?
And we'll see you all soon.
Life is sweet. Good night, all. Don't worry about CVM. We're going to be okay.